Good lord, I had forgotten how much I didn't like that white text box. Hello, everybody. My name is Mitsuda Midoi. I am a forensic scientist. You probably knew that already. We are here with the second episode of Even If Tempest, Dawning Connection. We are in Cryus's roots. He is very physically affectionate. It makes me kind of uncomfortable. It makes Anastasia kind of uncomfortable too, but probably not for the same reason. We are here in the Thunderdome. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember why. I would very much like to just get beyond Thunderdome. Let's keep going. This is Rick. He's probably a murderer. He's being significantly less subtle about it than he was in the last game. I am glad we are picking up on this. It bothered me quite a bit. How thoroughly they just kind of let this plot point go by the wayside, considering how obviously important it is. The scenario writer knew there was a fan disc coming, like, as soon as she started work, right? That's how this works. Considering how quickly after release it came out, she would have almost certainly... I am fairly certain that is a correct statement. If anyone who knows more about Otome games than I do, which is likely most of you, would like to weigh in on the subject, I would appreciate it, because I am even more clueless than usual. Oh, that's it? That's all you had to provide for the community today? Okay, sure. Well, I guess it's time to tip the scales. Aha, Fire Emblem joke. Man, why are you on fire? That's not called for. I don't appreciate that even a little. Gave you permission to be on fire, huh? Huh? I have to do this. He'll be so delicious once we pan-fry him. To win. To live. Earn what lies at the end of this long battle. Also Anastasia has, like, a complex about how bad she feels for, what happened in the base game, where during one of the routes of the time loop she was trapped in, she did, in fact, murder basically all of her love interests in order to, get a magic reward. Which she may or may not have gotten any use out of, depending on who you ask. I have to thrust Vice Commander Cryus into the pits of flame. Hardy, hardy, har, har. We see the lighter side of everything. You know, I know a lot of the Otome community described Cryus as being a very delicious man, but I don't think that means you have to crisp him up like that. Do you think he'd taste better if you applied some spicy chicken coating to him? Are you really fine with that? Didn't you want to protect him? To save him? Hey, how goes it? Huh, legendary... Xlia, I don't... someday I'll see somebody whose name I can disentangle easily. How are you doing? Yet you would show them your blade. I mean, in her defense, it is a very nice blade. You can understand why I would want to show it out. Lee, it is. Is that a PNG model? It is, and if you ask me if I'd like to report it, I'm going to hit you with the banhammer. I have better shit to do right now. You are, like, double adult rated. This is not that kind of Otome game. If it were, I wouldn't be allowed to stream it. Gasp. Another weird dream. See, you don't stab the person. You don't stab the person, you stab the imaginary person sitting behind the person. I am something of an authority on killing people, I will have you know. Yeah?
Landon, 今サボっただろう。手を抜けるほど余裕があるのか?
Oh, he's going to perform violence on everybody today. Fun.
暗いオス殿、自分にもご指導。
団長すごい気合いだな。体調不良っていう噂、やっぱりデマなんですね。
I mean, it just got resolved thanks to Birds Ex Machina. The birds are singing. And that means you don't have a terminal disease, apparently. It's all in your head. Just rub some spit on it, you'll be fine.
でも、ご自身で剣を振るうことはない。なあ、アナスタシア。本当に大丈夫なんだろうな。
Yeah, I'm not suspicious.
なんだよ、その自信なさげな返事は。何かあるならはっきり言って。
交代。次の班。ヒューゴたちか。準備はできているか?
How convenient.
はい。
Swords must need resharpening so often. Why you keep banging them against each other like they're drumsticks? Criminy. It's been 2 weeks since he looked at me. All but a subset of the knights have begun to accept the Grand Commander's decision, likely due to the increased time spent seeing to our training. As for me, I neither accept it completely nor worry the way Hugo does. What I feel instead is relief, like a balloon deflating in my stomach. No, that just makes it sound like she has diarrhea. Diarrhea is like a storm raging inside of you. Injuries are a risk even in practice matches. Knights and other orders are called to help with dangerous missions, but the Grand Commander is exempt now. He tires more easily after recovering his senses. As he said that was his reason for the break, he'll pick up the sword once more once he's grown accustomed to his new reality. If only things could stay like this forever. I want to keep this man on a leash. Walk him around like a dog. What am I saying? The Grand Commander is the best knight in the kingdom. Things absolutely cannot remain like this. I admired his swordsmanship, so why would I think that way? Am I selfish? Do I possess human emotions? Where on the graph do must and cannot overlap?
これより15分の休憩だ。各自次の訓練に備えよ
Alright, take a quick break. Court is now in recess.
もう一歩も動けね
今
Said
日
he's dead now.
王宮騎士も一緒だから余計きついですね。
あれ、あそこにいるのマヤさんじゃないか？なあ、アナスタシア。
Maya! You audience bursting into applause. So it is? What brings her here?
みんなマヤ殿が差し入れを持ってきてくださったぞ。
Yeah, break out the brewskis! That's probably not what she means.
おー
We should probably not be mixing alcohol and swords. That is a recipe for disaster.
ランドンさん、声が大きい。
ランド配ってくれるか。はいなんだあの美人、もしかしてクライオス殿の。
Alright, back off. She's spoken for.
詰め所まで来るってことはそうかもな。相当遊んでるって話だが、本命は彼女か。美男美女カップル、羨ましいね。
You know, the really sad thing is that since this guy's name is Single Guardsman, he is in fact bound irretrievably to being single. Fate decided that he would die alone before he even knew what women were. How sad. So sad. Girls come down and take puppies and kittens away to heaven. It's so sad. I see. So that's how it appears to outsiders. They paint a gorgeous picture just standing next to each other. Both at the same age, 26. I'm not surprised people would assume they're together even though they nakedly hate each other.
今日はいつも以上にむさ苦しいですね。こんなところにいたらお嬢様が汚れてしまいますわ。
Oh, snap!
え、あいつも相当汗をかいたと思うので、今日はゆっくり休ませてやってください。ああ、なんだったら俺の家で面倒を見ても構いませんよ。
Oh, that's a devastating blow. Can Maya recover?
遠慮します。私の方がお嬢様を癒す術を心得ていますから。
I've heard conversations like that for years, so I never even considered the possibility of them being in a relationship.
あ、お嬢様。今日は王宮騎士との合同訓練だったんですよね。お疲れだろうと思って差し入れをお持ちしました。
Oh boy, free food. Well, no, is it free if our servant is the one paying for it? Thanks. Must have been tough to prepare enough for everyone here.
お嬢様の分だけ用意できるならいいんですけど、一人だけ差し入れなんて品種を買うことになるとこの人に言われるので。
もう何年も昔にお願いしたことを守り続けてくださって感謝していますよ。
You know, Anastasia is not the sort of person who would want special treatment. I think you'd recognize that by now.
お嬢様のためですから。
Everything I do it for you. Maya's regular refreshments and the Grand Commander's warning that they be for everyone are both done out of consideration for me. See? It's like I said something that makes sense or something. It's thanks to them that I have this second chance. I'm so glad. Oh, look at those smiles. I'm grateful they're alive. Even though I killed them both myself last time. I'm the hero.
アナスタシア、マヤ殿は大量の差し入れを作ってお疲れだろうから、今日は俺の家で休んでいったらどうだ？
お嬢様、 私訓練が終わるまで待ってますね。一緒に帰りましょうね。
No, no, girls, there's no reason to fight. You're both pretty. God, you're both so pretty. It isn't fair.
団長とマヤさん、相変わらず仲悪そうだな。
あくまで一方的な感じですけどね。マヤさん、団長の何がそんなに気に入らないんでしょう。
It's jealousy of an ambiguously non-romantic nature. I thought that much was obvious. I hear snippets of Hugo and Mitchell's conversation from a slight distance away, and I happen to share their doubts.
どうしてキャソロック殿を嫌っているのかですか？
Yeah, I've asked you many times, but I feel like I've never gotten a proper answer.
それはあの人が一番だからです。
It was his night order, Mr. Krabs. He was number one. Pardon?
最もお嬢様に影響を与えた私の大事なお嬢様を騎士に変えてしまった人だから。
Yeah, they saw he was... They said earlier he was born out of wedlock and taken into the Castle Rock family after the fact. His birth name was actually Kryas Werpen Jaegerman Jensen. You still don't agree with me being a knight?
そんなことはありません。お嬢様の幸せが一番ですから。
If you feel joy from the sensation of a person's lifeblood bleeding out through your blade, that's fine. If so, why does she hate Grand Commander Kryas? If she accepts me as a knight, then there's no reason to display such open hostility. Asking her about that, though, would be the same as cornering her. So I don't say anything more.
さあ、今日もお嬢様の好物を作りましたよ。冷めないうちに食べてください。
There's a mother joke in there somewhere, but I think I made it in an earlier stream. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away. Just gotta make sure we get in as many angles in the castle as possible before we get to the actual point. The Grand Commander lives in a building on the edge of the noble quarters, as close to the wing's base as possible. It's not big, but everything within is first class. Even those stairs. The stairs are first-class stairs, in the top percentage of stairs. The kitchen is especially grand. It's filled with so many mysterious spices, cookware, and expensive tableware that my breath catches in my throat. We do know from experience that at least 3/4 of our heroes can cook. The Grand Commander stands in a kitchen whose worth likely equals that of one airship. I feel like that's probably not true, but then again I don't know how much an airship costs. As I should have expected, he looks incredibly fetching while he cooks. Though that might just be because he rolls up his sleeves and shows off his massive biceps. I'm not jealous. Not jealous of that apple either, though it does look very expensive. It's one apple, Mitsuda. What could it cost? $10? He cooks a number of dishes in parallel universes, that is. The Quantum Apple. When I ask why he needs so many, he tells me he's preparing a full-course meal.
もう少しだけ待ってくれ。温めているだけだからすぐに終わる。
Incredible. It must have taken an exorbitant amount of time to prepare.
そうでもない。3日くらいだ。
Pretty sure most people would consider that an exorbitant amount of time to spend on food you don't immediately eat. 3 days? It's longer than most of my lives lasted. House Castle Rock is the second youngest marquisate, after House Linzel. But the title was earned when the previous king's younger sister married into the family. In other words, they are an honorable line with royal blood. Do any of you not share blood with the royal family? Time is a flat circle. To think their eldest son could be such an adroit chef. Is there anything the Grand Commander can't do? He's like a wizard. Nope. The dishes he lays out are all unfamiliar to me. Dish is a complete mystery to me. I'm sorry. Frankly, I can't tell what is what. The plating for the appetizers is so beautifully detailed it could qualify as a work of art. The clear, golden yellow soup is richly flavored. If I know it, the bowl is empty. Anastasia, I don't think that was soup. I mean, all of the way the fish and meat-based dishes melt in my mouth, not in my hands. The sauce on the fish is particularly exquisite and was apparently made by the Grand Commander himself. I don't think that's real sauce either. Though so delicious, I find myself frightened. If I grow accustomed to eating his cooking, I doubt I'd be truly satisfied by anything else ever again. Your neck is still way too detailed, and it weirds me out. After telling him my impressions, the Grand Commander smiles with relief.
よかった。実はかなり緊張していたんだ。お前は普段からマヤ殿の作ったものを食べていて、舌が肥えているだろう。お前を満足させられるか心配で。
You needn't have worried, I have no standards. Maya is certainly a formidable cook, but your cooking is an even match.
負けないくらいか。
Yeah, they clash into each other like the dueling Kamehamehas and just completely stop dead in place, pushing against each other for the span of an entire episode.
またいつかマヤ殿の手料理をいただきたいな。教えてもらえるならなおいい。
He is so angry all the time. Maybe that's just me. Even though you're already this good?
あ、今度会った時に頼んでみるよ。お前からも口添えしてくれるか。
Of course, your desire for improvement is admirable. I should follow your example. As it turns out, Maya has been teaching me how to cook recently. Oh, Quirk's eyebrow.
それならお前には俺が教えよう。二人も生徒がいるとマヤ殿の負担になるだろうから。
Who teaches the teachers? The following day, I relay our conversation to Maya, though she angrily retorted that this is what I hate about him. I didn't fully realize the implications at the time. The implications being that she hates him. Anastasia's very dense, you say. Cooking, huh? I have so many questions. Since we're on the subject, I may as well try asking one of them. Want my saves, damn you. Cooking with friends. Cooking alone. However that Simpsons bet goes.
料理を始めたきっかけ。
Yes, that is what I asked, thank you.
教会に行った姉に会う口実が欲しくてだったかな。
You know, or she was murdered in that way, that's definitely not going to be the crux of this chapter's actual conflict. My heart throbs painfully the moment I realize he's talking about Isabella.
イザベラ姉さんのことは知っているんだよな。唯一の同母の姉だ。
Ah, so you're bastard siblings. Yeah, we're both children of the man whore. Yes.
クッキーを焼いて持っていけば喜んでもらえるだろうと。もうその頃には感覚が薄らぎ始めていたから、ちょっと苦労したよ。でもちゃんとレシピ通りに作れば、自分なんかでも人を喜ばせることができるんだと分かって。それからかな、料理が趣味になったのは。
It's a piece of cake to make a pretty cake. If the way is hazy, you gotta do the cooking by the book. No, you can't be lazy. Food can bring joy to others. Cooking must have held great value to the Grand Commander. As I imagine how he must have felt, tears well up in my eyes.
Anastasia.
It's just the litter on the highway. It's everywhere. I'm sorry.
俺を思っての涙だろう。だったら嬉しい。というのはまずいか。
I'm just going to assume that the green bosses are a good sign. Kinda want to know the answer to this other one, though. During my fatal rewind, I heard that you were teaching Zen how to cook. I saw people in r/Otome games complaining that we didn't get a CG of you with your sleeves rolled up kneading dough together. That's a really specific fetish, though I'm not here to judge.
まあ、教えたというほどのことでもないんだが、そもそもの発端は俺の料理の味見をしてもらうためだったんだ。そうこうしてるうちにゼンもやってみたいと言い出して、一緒にキッチンに立つようになった。ティレルは最後まで興味を示さなかった。
Yes, well, Tyr doesn't seem to have many hobbies. Jobs! Oh god, he's up to his eyeballs, but no hobbies. I can't imagine Master Tyrael cooking.
本人曰くこれ以上特技を増やしたくないとさ。やる前から得意だと思ってるところはあいつらしいだろ。
Well, he does do a lot of stuff that he's apparently good at, so he's gotta have something screwed in right there. On the other hand, he does drink a lot. From the average person's perspective, I would think having more talents would be better. But Master Tyrael is a man of many talents, so he must view things differently. Because in truth, though I can't imagine him cooking, I also don't see him being bad at it either. He is very good at cutting things. As I begin to lose myself in thought, the Grand Commander pokes my cheek. Oh, sorry, did I have something on my face?
いや、お前がティレルのことを考えているようだったから邪魔し。
Yes. I'm sorry.
構わないよ。頭の中で何をしようがお前の自由だ。
Okay, but could you stop reading my mind? Does he actually mean that, though? Okay, but I want my rose. Talk about your dead sister, Samoa. That's romantic, right?
イザベクッキーでも
Bloop
俺
bloop.
を思っての涙だろう。だったら嬉しいというのはまずいか。泣いてるんだもんな。
Grand Commander gently rubs his thumb across my cheek. We're getting very touchy-feeling this scene. You don't get a say in the matter. The gesture is so endlessly kind that my tears are joined by overwhelming affection. It's strange. Why would Master Tyrael say your love for cooking makes his skin crawl? Well, everything makes his skin crawl.
あいつは人の心理を見抜かなくていいところまで見抜くからな。
Did he wind up getting any shards of the devil's mirror in his eyes or his heart? Why did I say that? None of you were literary enough to get that. What? Is there some other reason you enjoy cooking? He hesitates to answer. When he finally does speak, he chooses each word very carefully. He wants to build the strongest Scrabble hand from this he can.
俺は作るのが好きというより、人がうまそうに食べる姿を見るのが好きなんだと思う。うまいとかまずいとか、自分には分からない感覚を他人を通して感じようとしてる節があると、昔ティレルから指摘されたよ。そういう行為はとても上品とは言えないと俺自身も思ってる。
What if you, cooked with an elephant? Could you make an elegant elephant dish? Do elephants exist in this setting? None of those other countries they mentioned sounded particularly African-coded. Maybe Asian-coded? Is Tyrell supposed to be Asian-coded? I kinda got that vibe from the black hair in the bit where they described his eyes as almond, but it doesn't really come across any other way. As I listen to his explanation, I'm reminded of my stepmother. Sometimes her acts of abuse felt like a test, like she was trying to ascertain something. I don't mean to compare the Grand Commander with her, but I can't help but feel a faint connection there. I would need Master Tyrell's power of observation to truly make any reasonable conjectures. A fog covers the Grand Commander's heart. It blocks my vision, robbing me of any understanding of what he's thinking or what he desires. But it's because I don't know anything that I can't stop thinking about him. What's on that bookshelf over there? I don't know. Maybe it's his unfathomable nature that attracts me to him. If so, I'll be confronting this particular worry for the rest of my life. That sounds like a real pain. I want to go sit on the shore of that lake. It looks very comfortable. After our meal, we go to the church. We speak about the wings along the way. How are the Order's finances? I keep hearing rather foreboding news. They're cutting our funding to make more budget for tech startups.
まあなんとかな。ガルダに当てられる予算の少なさは今に始まったことじゃないから、いろいろと策は講じているよ。
Maybe we can just make the Gardas eat our shoes. Leather has nutritional components, right? It's made of animal. Like your prince?
はあ、その件はもうバレてるのか。
There was a time when my prints were being sold too.
それは俺も欲しい。
Of course you would.
なぜこうもガルダは冷遇されるのかと長年の疑問だったんだが、王族が女神の血を引いていないからだったんだ。
You know, like how dogs can just inherently tell if someone is a serial killer? Gardas are like that, but for fake kings.
となると、少なくとも今代ではどう頑張っても予算の増額は不可能か。
Just gotta wait for Lucian to finish beating the shit out of Conrad and Parker, I guess. Things will change for the better once Prince Lucian becomes king, a thing which, thanks to the Where Are They Now epilogue of the base game, we know is definitely going to happen. So stop worrying about it.
あ、ティレルが殿下を補佐してくれればいいんだが。
Master Tyrell would make for a reliable ally, but I doubt it will be easy. All bad blood remains between the royal family and the Ishii clan. Master Tyrell is currently searching for Zen, right? I think he's found him already.
何の音沙汰もないが、まあ、あいつならうまくやってるだろう。
Can't dedicate too much effort to that plot point in this route, otherwise we'll defeat the point of there being any other routes. I hope we can see them again soon. Okay, good talk.
あいつには聞きたいこともできたしな。
Did you say something?
二人が戻ってきたら一緒に飲みに行くか。
Yeah, booze! Whoa, getting drunk! Do you mind if I join you?
もちろん。ただし、席は俺の隣な。
Haha, see? He's handsome, so when he does it, it's cute. Okay. As our idle conversation continues, I breathe an internal sigh of relief. We can speak normally. We can have a calm and enjoyable conversation. If this were a conventional mystery game, at least one of those roses would have poison attached to its thorns, but it isn't, so we don't. It's another normal day. Nothing changes, even without a kiss. We haven't kissed in over 2 weeks. That I'm counting the days at all seems immodest and lacking in any self-respect. It's shameful, frankly. I'm a weird little freak. What would happen if I asked him why he won't kiss me? The thought is alone enough to make my face red. The question makes me sound as though I'm begging for a kiss. I've turned into an utter fool. My thoughts are filled with these weird ideas. I know he doesn't hate me. I feel keenly just how much he loves me. It's strange to feel so much unease just because he stopped kissing me or told me I don't have to say his name. It's strange. Well, you know what else is strange? My god, he disintegrated. We feel it simultaneously. A bloodlust aimed right at us. Oh, hey, Tyrell, I thought you died. But my fervent desire to protect the Grand Commander has me acting just a bit more quickly than him. I pull out my sword and aim it at the man lurking in the shadows. Man hides his identity with a mantle draped over his head. He's clearly an assassin of some kind, but he panics when I discover him despite his best attempts. His skills are lacking. It can't be one of Conrad's, which process of elimination dictates it's gotta be Cardinal Monaghan's. It can't be Parker because Parker is just an extension of Conrad. I've seen through his lack of talent, I keep my guard firmly up when I speak. Who are you? Che, huh? That's a strange name. The assassin draws his blade with surprising speed. He appears to have some measure of strength, likely earned through training. But some measure of strength is all he has. Who sent you? Tell me where the bomb is! Damn it! Silence! I kill you! No, you don't. I repel his blade and aim a kick at his abdomen. Ugh, my intestines! I'm more than happy to be your opponent until you feel like talking. But... I plant my foot on his chest, using my weight to prevent his escape. I am well acquainted with the methods of torture. Less so am I with the concept of moderation. You would do well to speak sooner rather than later. Tell me, who is your master and what does he do? Meh. I God, the adequate assassin. Oh, God, we're doomed now. So there was another one. My God, they've taken hostage my favorite character. Random unnamed background NPC. The assassin puts a knife to a woman's neck. He's a hostage. One they'd probably prepared ahead of time.
そいつを解放しろ。でないとこの女を殺すぞ。
Wow, what a dick. Standing down is my only real option. The assassin throws the woman to the side and escapes with his partner.
大丈夫ですか？怪我。
Okay, you did see how I just dealt with that guy, right?
なんともありません。
Okay, who cares about this lady, though? Am I chopped liver?
ご無事でよかった。あの男たちと面識は？
Are they Stan and Carl from the bar?
まさか近くを歩いていたら突然捕まえられたんです。
それは災難でしたね。経理に通報した方がいい。必要であれば証言もしましょう。クライオス・キャソロックの名を出してください。
あなたが。
Can you make it to the station alone? Do you want an escort?
ぜひ。でも先に職場に報告しておかないと。お使いの途中だったので。ありがとうございました。失礼いたします。
She's totally in on it, isn't she? I'm sorry for allowing the assassins to escape. They got ass out.
あの場合は仕方ないさ。それよりかっこよかったぞ。
Shut up, baby, I know it. I'm so sorry, I just felt waiting for any instruction. My body just moved on its own.
いいさ。あのくらいの相手にお前が手間取ることはないと分かっていた。むしろ苦戦していたら追加の訓練を命じていたところだ。
I'm glad I didn't end up making a fool out of myself.
狙われる心当たりはあるか？
I think you're the person we should be more concerned about here, Cryas. No? What about you, sir?
ないとは言わないが。
Is it the church? His mouth curls upward into a bitter smile.
あちらとは一応和解できているんだ。今さら俺を狙う理由が浮かばない。
You were tortured by the church during my fatal rewind. They also intended to use the carnival to execute you.
そうだったな。しかし、他にも腑に落ちない点はある。教会は紙幣を有していないはずなんだ。ティレルの調べだから間違いない。
My god, a church without a private army? Is this even a J fantasy game? Could they not have temporarily hired someone with money?
なくはないが。それならもっと金を積んでもらわないと。
Even an average assassin doesn't come cheap, apparently. Agreed. 2 assassins of such mediocre caliber aren't enough to take care of you.
俺が不調だという噂を聞いたからかな。
Even if they had, they're severely underestimating our kingdom's top knight.
最初から俺たちを仕留めるつもりはなかったんだろうな。でなければ、あの女性を人質にとって、もっと悪辣な要求をしてきたはずだ。
So their diabolical plan is to let us know that they have a diabolical plan, and then... I feel sorry for her. She was just walking in the wrong place at the wrong time. No, she obviously wasn't. What are you, stupid?
彼女は彼女で狙われる理由があったのかもしれない。
What do you mean?
女性の持っていたバッグ、貴族の紋章が刺繍されていた。おそらく彼女は貴族のメイドだろう。 職場に戻ると言って貴族街の方に向かったしな。
Yeah, I know we're a, fan disc, so we probably didn't have the budget for a whole lot of original CGs, but I would have appreciated some chance to notice that for myself. Or a sequel to a game with actual Ace Attorney-style courtroom drama segments, just some sort of fair mystery. That's all I ask for.
貴族に仕えるメイドなんて人質に取るか。もし彼女があのバッグに大切な書簡でも入れていたら、貴族から報復を受けることになりかねない。
Okay, but realistically speaking, what are the odds of that? So, the assassins didn't notice the noble crest?
だとしたら、もう心配しなくてもいいかもな。そんな間抜けしか雇えないような相手なら、俺たちの敵じゃない。
Sinest, thank you for the hydrate, and also hello. How are you doing? We almost got murdered. Well, that was an event. Which means we should look into that woman. Her employers may very well have been the people that sent those assassins after us. Okay, it was a bit of a roundabout approach, but I think Annie and I were about on the same level here. Do love a good murder story. It was an almost. As the potential victim, I'm actually pretty okay with it being reduced to an almost this time around.
さすが俺の部下だな。けど、調べる必要はないよ。貴族の名前は分かってる。
It was yours, wasn't it? There are as many crests as there are noble families. There've gotta be more than 50 of them. And you memorized them all.
公爵家の紋章は頭に入ってるよ。
Alright, it's either your dad or my dad. Simple law of limitation of detail.
四大公爵家の一つ、テンプル家だ。
Well, dang. Shows what I know. I wanna argue that it's too late in the game to be introducing new plot points like this, but we are technically only partway through chapter 2. Suppose if it ever happens, let me know, I'll solve it. Check out the beat, but the DJ revolves it. I don't know, does that do anything for anybody? Anyway, please give me an exposition about House Temple so I have something to work with here. The Grand Commander and I change plans and make for Prince Lucian. But for some reason, we aren't allowed entry into the castle. We're instructed to wait at the gates, and after some time, His Highness's secretary appears. He stealthily passes a ripped piece of paper to me. The familiar writing bears a short message. At the wing's base. So we could have just gone straight home. Right. Efficiency.
殿下には無関係だとは思いましたが、念のためお耳に入れておこうと。
襲われたのは他でもないあなた方だ。関係ないなんてことはない。
王位継承争いで大変な時でしょう。戦況はいかがです？
Yes, how goes your little plot thread? We're not doing this route because we decided we thought Christ was hotter.
上々と言いたいところだが、五分五分だな。兄上の陣営を崩すのに苦労しているよ。
You'd think with the... Speaking of circles, you'd think with the number of time loops we found evidence that this guy was involved in the literal human trafficking industry, it would be less difficult to get his faction to face legal consequences. Prince Lucian's expression pales with the strain of his current predicament. I suppose you haven't had the time to rest.
継承争いにだけ注力できれば良いのですが、 父上からは新型カーゴシップの完成を急ぐように命じられていまして。
This new airship better, like, get us all the way to the moon so we can fight the final boss or something. The amount of time you spent building it up.
帝国ウォーレントやマキナイにこれ以上遅れを取ることを恐れていらっしゃるのでしょう。しかし、いや、今はそんなことより、クライオスの言う通り、その女性が人質になったのは偶然ではないと思う。何か起きてももみ消せるように都合の良いものを選んだのだろう。
This seems like a logical leap, but I don't have any better leads for you. Does this confirm House Temple is the perpetrator? Couldn't possibly be that simple.
殿下、王族がこいつを女神の生まれ変わりを狙っているということは考えられませんか？
Truly, we are all of us a Megami Tensei. A Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. Not Shin Megami Tensei 5 Revengeance, that would be a very different game.
残念ながらない話ではない。リスターがうまく情報を攪乱させはしたが、王家には通じていない。アナスタシア殿、武王は我々にあなたには近づかぬようにと命令を下したほどあなたを恐れています。
Yeah, it's almost like monarchy is a bad system of government or something. He's gone that far? That explains why you've taken pains to come all the way here.
あなたが我々と一定の距離を保っている限りは、王もことを荒立てることはないでしょう。問題は兄上たちだ。
I love how he just says my brother with no further discussion. Porker is such an utterly pathetic human being, everyone keeps forgetting he exists. Myself included, if we're being honest.
こいつを利用して王座を手に入れようとしている。
可能性は十分考えられる。申し訳ありません。私があの時、あなたにバラを差し出さなければこんなことにはならなかったのに。
This is what happens when you show up 2 streams into the post-game fan discs, Ness. I'm sorry. You've apologized more than you ever needed to already. Please, don't trouble yourself over it. If you didn't have the rose, I would have used a far more physical method to silence Conrad. And that would have been incredibly fun, but unfortunately. So I'm glad things paid out the way they did.
物理的?
Let's get physical. Physical. I'm saying I would have stabbed him repeatedly until he stopped moving.
手が出ていたか?
Yes, that's what I said. And a foot. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Murder is hilarious. I probably would have brandished my sword as well, but because we had the rose, it didn't need to come to that. And...
お前に人を傷つけさせない。お前と共に戦うと決めた時に、俺たち4人が最初に結んだ約束事だ。
Blup. How am I meant to wield my sword after you tell me something like that?
一つ腑に落ちないのは、なぜテンプル家が動いたのかということだ。こういうことはサリンジャー家のお箱のはずなのだが、リスターは何と言っている？
Why do any of our noble houses have a specialty in kidnapping people and hiring really shitty assassins? That just seems counterproductive. Master Tyrael is currently abroad in search of Zen.
そうですか。私の陣営には諜報行為に長けた者がいないので、彼の力を借りられればと思ったのですが。
What do you think of all this, Grand Commander? You basically played detective in your own route in the base game.
狙われているのがお前なら放置はできないな。
He makes it sound as though we could ignore this if he were the target. Actually, I think he'd do just that. He tends to get that way about himself. SNES, I don't know what to do with He spoke as if the incident with the church is behind him, but Cardinal Monaghan's demeanor says otherwise. Mr. Tyrrell probably agrees, given he's also aware of the situation. I missed the question. Could be the one thereafter. What do you think of all this? Just, like, shenanigans. Generalized shenanigans. I'd like to start tossing out theories, but considering the game literally just dropped a noble house that's apparently involved in this with zero foreshadowing, I'm not sure if I actually have anything to work on. I mean, if we reduce ourselves to already known quantities, then, like, it's gotta be the church. They have unresolved issues with Cryas. And also, before Sinez showed up, we got that scene of Cardinal Monaghan sitting in his evil lair of evil, monologuing to himself about how it's finally time to dispose of that foolish Cryas Castle Rock once and for all. I may be editorializing here slightly, but only slightly. All churches are bad. He's indifferent to the danger he himself faces. I used to believe this was due to his strength, but now I wonder if there isn't another reason.
向こうの出方を待つのも一つだと思う。テンプル家の単独犯という線もなくはない。もう少し情報が出揃ってからでも。
Okay, an option, but also please consider. What if we just went up to someone and punched them in the face and saw how they reacted?
いや、待つのは性に合わない。直接要件を伺いに参りましょう。
Yeah, direct action, praxis. You have a plan?
アナスタシア、舞踏会用のドレスは持っているか？
Oh boy, are we doing this again? Yeah, I see it. I don't know why I'm saying that I see it, considering you can't hear me saying I see it if you... God, okay, it's over now. You know what would be really funny? If they just came up with an excuse to do this. Anastasia, we need you to infiltrate a formal ball plot point in literally every route. Just with Lucian, with Zen. I mean, what's the point of even making it a fantasy game if you're not gonna stick the heroine in fancy dresses and have everybody drool over her? I ask of you.
どうもギレット男爵、人事承認式以来ですな。こういった会であなたにお目にかかるのは初めてではないでしょうか。
Apparently Lord Gillette is not the best a man can get.
ええ、まあ今夜は娘のデビュタントで私は付き添いですよ。
You know, it's a good thing you're just a nameless background NPC, because that voice sounds like it is very stressful on your actor's vocal cords.
おめでとうございます。皇族主催の舞踏会
I'm not convinced this is a separate guy. It's like the voice you do when you're pretending to speak in slow motion.
まあここにいるほとんどのものは っていないでしょうが。
Well, we apparently hold a ball literally every night, so it can't be that important.
見て、クライオス様がいらっしゃるわ。
That's the boy.
本当だわ。素敵。
The second the Grand Commander steps into the hall, women flock to him like butterflies to a wreath of flowers. I'm pushed aside in the commotion, and though he notices this right away, he can't do much more than awkwardly smile. He can't exactly treat the other women harshly. I mean, he could. There's nothing stopping him. I mouth, "It's okay" to him and watch the scene from afar. He's as popular as ever. He's a young knight commander and eldest son of a marquisate. Tack on his natural beauty, and it's no wonder he's popular. He's also single, on the surface.
誰ですか？王族主催の舞踏会でハーレムを作ってるのは。リンゼル城？あなたは彼の恋人なんでしょ？彼が女性たちに囲まれているのを見て嫌な気持ちにならないんです？
So do you just carry that giant paintbrush literally everywhere you go, or, Male twists his body and leans in close. This is the first time I've spoken to him since my last Fatal Rewind, yet he's being awfully familiar. But I guess he always acted like this every time we met. Why do you know I'm Anastasia Linzel?
ルーシェン様の大事な幼馴染様ですから。それに、今宵あなた方が舞踏会に参加されることはルーシェン様から伺っていましたし。
What an eccentric performance.
会に出席できない自分の代わりにリンゼル城をサポートしてやってくれと頼まれたんですよ。あ、迷惑かけないようにだったかな。で、どうなんです？国一番のモテ男を恋人に持つ心境を教えてくださいよ。
There's no point in complaining about every repeated incident.
つまりあれは普段通りの光景だと。空水の貴公子の名は伊達じゃありませんね。
Yes, this man is in fact very green. Women love green men, don't you know?
でも割り込みたくなりませんか？私の恋人に近づかないでってな感じで。
I mean, as hilarious as that would be.
あなたはドレスを着ないのですか？あなたくらいの年の頃の女性が壁の花になるのはもったいないですよ。
The Grand Commander told me much the same thing, but I humbly turned down the suggestion. If I wore a dress, I won't be able to protect the Grand Commander if something happens. I mean, that seems like a very short-sighted way of thinking about it. What if you, like, wore a huge poofy dress and had your sword built into it? That seems like the sort of girl you are.
ただの舞踏会ですよ。何も起きやしませんって。
Were you not present the entire previous game?
あ、そうだ。私がドレスを用意して差し上げますよ。あのご令嬢たちに負けない豪華なやつを。
Please stop. I didn't come here to wear a pretty dress. Besides, no dress will help me insert myself into that circle. I don't yet have the courage to proclaim myself the Grand Commander's girlfriend. If the Grand Commander hadn't been suffering from illness, he probably would have been married by now. Take, for example, the woman standing next to him now. Her long, luscious locks have an objective beauty about them. She watches him with fervent eyes, her small frame aiding to her charm. We don't have the budget to show you any of this, so I hope you'll be prepared to just take my word for it. Yes, fascinating, Captain. I'm a lot more spineless than I thought. You'd think I'd know about this myself, but I'm discovering there's a lot I don't yet know. Why?
すまない、アナスタシア。一人にしてしまって。
あ、クラッチ、お久しぶりですね。
Yeah, that's about how I feel whenever he shows up to you, Cryas. It's that face of, oh god, it's him! Cry.
メイル殿、一緒に教会に行って以来だな。
見てましたよ。恋人を差し置いて他の女性にかまけて、あなたもなかなかに悪い男ですね。
それは本当に申し訳ないと思っているよ。翼騎士団に寄付をしてくれたご令嬢方でね、無下にはできなくて。
Our entire organization is kind of rotting on the vine, you see. Don't worry about me. Please don't say anything unwarranted, Male. If that is your real name.
寂しそうな顔してたじゃありませんか。
No, I didn't. More importantly, if you heard from Prince Lucian about me, you must have heard about why we're...
はいはい、テンプル家の方と接触したいんでしょ。分かってますって。ですが...
He's quirky.
まだどなたもいらっしゃっていないようですね。というか、足を運んでいただけるかどうか微妙なところですよ。
Okay, see, I was about to say, yeah, it makes sense that the family that's whole gimmick is being mysterious assassins would not be showing their face at fancy social events, but then again I remembered these are not the mysterious talented assassins. These are the shitty budget assassins. So that level of incompetence would make perfect sense. Can I just take a moment to point out that I absolutely love the fact that there is in fact a shitty, mediocre assassin's niche house. They fulfill an economic need. Sometimes you've got to have someone whacked on a budget.
テンプル家といえば非常にお堅い家紋ですからね。誰一人として舞踏会にはめったに顔を出しません。
そうだな。この会ならばと思ったんだが。
This ball is special. It's stamped with like 100 stars, and it's very bouncy. I look around at the venue, but I don't see anyone with the air of a Marcus here. Not even myself, or Cryas, even though we are literally from that family.
私、そろそろ帰っていいですか？好きな小説の新刊が出たばかりなんですよ。
Male's favorite series? I think I remember what that is. Ahahaha. Memories. Is that the pretty soldier something or other?
ご存知なんですか?
Crap. I heard about this from a previous iteration of Mail.
あれは素晴らしい作品ですよね。
Man, it's alright. Well, I haven't really read it before.
もったいない。ぜひお読みになるべきですよ。子供向けの作品として出版されていますが、あれは大人も楽しめる物語です。平易な文体ながら緻密に計算された伏線。
Yeah, I was really surprised when they got to the plot twist that that Sailor Mechanicus was secretly murdered in a locked room and replaced with a body double.
明快な完全懲悪を書いているようで、その裏側には差別や貧困、労働問題、環境汚染など人類が立ち向かわなくてはならないテーマが隠されているんです。
Captain Planet, he's a hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero.
朝の6時、ヒロインの身にあることが起きるのですが、そのシーンのページ数174ページなんですよ。 6時の6を足すと617どういうことかわかります？
It means that they spent entirely too many pages on a single scene. If you're adding them, doesn't it equal 180?
617よ。実はこれカプレ関数という特別な整数なんです。どうです？すごいでしょ？作者シクール氏は我々に何かとんでもないことを伝えようとしているに違いありません。
I mean, he's standing right up there. You could always go ask him yourself. Right, I forgot. He was just like this. Unfortunately for all of us. Oh, the pain, the agony. I whisper an apology to the Grand Commander. I'm sorry, I should have been more careful with my answer.
いや、適当に書いたものをここまで深読みされていると、なんだか申し訳なくなってくるな。
Knew it. I knew it. Huh?
テンプル家の者が現れないなら、あの方に突撃するしかないな。
あの方、ああ、この舞踏会の主催者ですね。
Well.
テンプル家が紙幣を動かす理由はそう多くない。家門の名誉を汚される、地位が脅かされる、そして
Look at him, he's so round. I want to dribble him like a basketball.
テンプル公爵の孫にして一族の期待の星パーカー殿下に関わることくらいでしょうね。殿下と面識は？
Wait, is Parker the blood of House Temple? Is that what we're reading here? They said in the base game that Conrad was the only member of the family who had royal blood on both sides. But they said earlier in this route that the previous king's younger sister married into House Temple, which would mean that that's not true because they've got it, and if Parker is them... Does that make sense? Am I losing my mind? Am I completely misreading this? I mean, all of those are about equally likely. I think we can agree.
挨拶程度だ。お前はどうだ？
He likely doesn't remember me.
おやおや、お二人ともつながりはなしですか。私、なぜかあの方には嫌われてるんですよね。
I mean, I feel like that's just most of the people who've met you, Mail.
自分たちで何とかするよ。読書に励んでくれ。
ありがとうございます。それでは。
Bloop.
パーカー殿下について何か有益な情報はある？
He's very circular, and he's basically just Conrad's henchman. Let me think. Bloop bloop. Bloop. I tell the Grand Commander about Prince Parker's relationship with his brothers. Oh. Of course you'd be aware that they had a discordant relationship. I apologize, that wasn't very useful after all.
いや、ルーシェン殿下とパーカー殿下がそこまでこじれているとは知らなかったよ。
Was it really that complicated? I thought they just hated each other. Indeed. Prince Parker was a child tyrant to Prince Lucian in their younger years, but not so much now. Not when Prince Lucian has grown into such an impressive adult. Prince Parker had said he preferred him before, but that may be due to his fear of His Highness.
なるほどな。
Do you though? Do you really? Do we not? I kind of thought there would be more than that, you lazy bums. Prince Parker has a miserable personality.
ほ
He's very off-putting.
う。うん。
He always acts so self-important.
なるほど。それが一番有益な情報。
It is. Thank you very much. What? What is it?
いや、すまない。子供みたいで可愛いなと。
You stop that.
まったく、なんでこんなことになったんだか。俺はお前を可愛がっていたいだけなのに、それ以外のことは全部面倒に感じる。
Don't patronize me. Annoying, sir?
魔女とのいざこざが全て解決して、ようやくお前と腰を据えて付き合っていけると思った矢先に死角。これを面倒と言わず何と言う。
Yeah, don't you just hate it when you go up and try to get your morning coffee, but you get attacked by assassins first thing in the morning? Such a pain. It might be true, but we can't just leave things as they are.
そうだ。ティレルに全部任せることにしよう。あいつなら首謀者もその目的も何もかも暴いてくれるはずだ。
But Mr. Teal is currently abroad.
うん。あいつが戻るまでこの件は保留な。また資格が来たら適当に片付ければいい。
That does not strike me as a good solution to this problem. What?
そうと決まれば帰るか。マヤ殿には今夜は遅くなると言っているんだな。じゃ、うちにも。
Is that Grand Commander takes me to his residence. In the end, he really did leave everything to Master Tyrell. The price he has to pay for this decision, however, is steep. A very livid Master Tyrell makes the Grand Commander the target of his ire and throttles him within an inch of his life. They're playing the sad music right now, but that sounds absolutely hilarious. Having survived his punishment, the Grand Commander whispers, very wearily, I should have handled that myself. Well, that was extremely silly.
Yeah, Naru.
Can we do something of consequence before this stream ends? A commotion spreads out from the center of the hall. Prince Parker is apparently preparing to leave. We quickly make our way towards him. Hello, Prince Parker. Are you preparing to pick a peck of pickled peppers?
ん?お前はガルダ翼騎士団のクライオス・キャスロックです。
How are you qualified to be a member of the royal family if you can't remember that?
ああ、お前がそうか。騎士の顔なんていちいち覚えていないからわからなかったよ。
It is inconceivable he doesn't know what the kingdom's preeminent knight looks like. Not to mention his status as the eldest son of a marquisate. It's the very same societal rank as his mother.
これを機にお見知りおきいただけると嬉しいです。少しお時間をいただいても。
私は忙しいんだ。 一介の騎士になど構っている余裕は。
His eyes suddenly lock on mine. Only now has he noticed my presence, apparently.
お前は父上がおっしゃっていた赤髪の。なぜここにいる？
Oh, it's so satisfying seeing him sweat. Maybe if he loses enough water weight, they'll finally drain those weird pigment spots on his cheeks. Does he have to, like, apply suction cups to his face every day to keep those on? And if so, why? Its reaction. Prince Parker is apparently very faithfully following the King's orders to stay away from me. He's so obvious about it that it almost seems suspicious. I wonder...
お話を続けてもよろしいですか?
That voice actor almost choked. The things you suffer through for art.
別室を用意する。使いをやるからしばし待て。
You sure about this? Aren't you ordered to stay away from me?
そんなことまで知っているか。その通りだが、私もそなたに聞きたいことがある。
Do you think this is a trap?
用心をしておこう。アナスタシア、ここで少し待っていてくれ。
Absolutely not. I'll do, sir. Coward! Coward!
どこぞの紳士に話しかけられてもついていかないようにな。
I'll be fine. The Grand Commander returns after about 15 minutes, just as Prince Parker's attendant appears to take us to where he awaits.
お前は一体何者なんだ、アナスタシア・リンゼル。
Wow, okay, the 15 minutes was totally necessary. I am as you have addressed me. I am Anastasia Linzel. No more, no less.
嘘をつくな。お前がただの貴族の娘なら、父上があのような命を下すはずがない。
The kingdom didn't provide much of an explanation. The king didn't provide much of an explanation alongside his order. I've heard as much from Prince Lucian. Problem, however, lies in whether Parker and Conrad have received the same level of detail in their orders. Prince Lucian's order was in more vague language, but I wondered if the other two heard in detail. But my being the goddess's reincarnation, it seems I was wrong.
王族でも何でもないお前が黄金のバラを咲かせた？バカバカしいことこの上ない。
ええ、全く殿下のおっしゃる通り。あれは日光の加減でそう見えただけ。ただの錯覚です。
だったらなぜ父上はこのものを捉えない？完璧に風文を打ち消すにはひっ捕らえて処刑するのが一番ではないか。なのに父上はお前に近づくなとだけしか。それではまるで
Come on, Parker. Those neurons will touch eventually if you just keep at it. I believe in you. Come on. Come on. I watch as Prince Parker's fingers dig into his palms, his gaze lowering with a sense of gloom. Beep, beep, beep.
醜いものほど身の程を知らないな。
Beep, 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 beep.
私の前では喋らないでほしいな。耳が汚れる。二度と口を開かないでくれ。虫けらのような命でも兄上の役に立てたんだ。光栄に思うといいさ。
Why is your collar doing that?
Anastasia.
That's my name, apparently. Red Commander calls my name. It's a comforting push forward, encouraging me to say whatever I want in this moment. Are you aware of how this world was made, Your Highness?
Huh?
The source of all life. How people are born, and where they go when they die. How high the sky extends and what can be found at the depths of the oceans. There's so much you don't know, but you've lived without issue despite this lack of knowledge. Consider me the same.
同じだと世界の真理と同等の価値があるとでも言うのかまさか
You are so easily exploited. Knowing who I am will do no more than satisfy your curiosity. I think it's foolish to wallow in regret until you die for something like that. I can say one thing. Follow the king's orders. Do so, and your peaceful days will be preserved. I think that's a suitable enough threat. Took a while to get it through his thick skull, but you know, we got there in the end. I don't want to be dragged into the royal family's schemes. If Prince Lucian himself asks for my assistance, that's another story, but I refuse to be used by anyone else. To make sure that doesn't happen, I need to bare my fangs. After giving so thorough a warning, I doubt he's foolish enough to still prioritize his curiosity. I hope.
そちらが無言を貫くというなら話は終わりだ。これ
He was a fool. I didn't even care enough to listen to the rest of his line.
我々の要件が何なのか。
さあな。そのような安易な手には乗らんぞ。私を見くびるな。対等の取引をしてやろうというのに、断ったのはお前たちだ。メリットのない交渉に応じてやるほど甘くはないぞ。
メリットがあればいいのですね。
検討くらいはしてやろう。
I mean, it's at least refreshing how honest he is about being a purely self-interested piece of garbage. More than I can say for some.
時に殿下、兄君と弟君、どちらが次の王になられると思いますか？
当然兄上に決まっている。兄上には私がついているのだ。負けるはずがない。なぜそのようなことを聞く？キャソロック家の者は継承争いには関与しないものだろう。ああ、そういえばお前はルーシェンと懇意にしているそうだな。まさかルーシェンとの仲を取り持ってやるとでも言うつもりか？
え？いや、実はその通りです。
Thanks for the idea. That's not what I meant to do. Why is that a hotkey? Who would benefit from that? What, are your fucking arms broken? You'd still need to use them to hit the buttons. Dumbass.
何を言い出すかと思えばくったらない。ルーシェンなんぞもう眼中にないわ。奴は先日の広場の一件で父上の不況を買った。もうあれが日の目を見ることはない。兄上の知性は確定だ。
コンラッド殿下が王座につけば、あなたの地位も盤石のものとなるでしょうね。一方であなたにとっての最悪は、
Say, you going to jail forever.
ルーシェン殿下が王になられること。単なる性的ならそこまで問題はない。ルーシェン殿下は公平な方だ。派閥が違うというだけで冷遇することはない。けれど、パーカー殿下、 あなたは
ルーシェンのような愚鈍は王にふさわしくない。平民の血が流れる王など絶対にありえん。
I don't know if you're actually this oblivious, or if you're just completely delusional.
そう言って弟君を虐げてきた。あなたはルーシェン殿下を幼い時から見てきた。だから思うところはあるのでしょうが、今現在の殿下しか存じ上げない私から見ると、ルーシェン殿下は賢く清廉な精神をお持ちだ。やや頑固なところもあるが、自らを顧みることを知っている。
He's a real stand-up guy. He probably has strong opinions about airship food.
王族として血筋が何よりも重要視されることは理解しています。けれど、ルーシェン殿下の場合、平民の血が流れているという事実は欠点ではない。市政には平民の母を持つルーシェン殿下に親しみを抱く者が大勢いるんですよ。
You know, because he, actually regards commoners as human.
それがどうした？平民の支持があったところでルーシェンに勝ち目はない。まあ、思ったよりはやるようだが。
Red Commander slowly stands up, grabs the chessboard this room is fitted with, and places it on the table.
戦況は五分と五分というところでしょうか。
See, it's like a metaphor. Do you get it? Do you get it, chat? Do you get it?
まあ、そうだな。ルーシェンは行政官たちからも人気だし。
Long fingers move black and white pieces onto the board. 5 apiece.
パーカー殿下、あなたは冷静な目をお持ちでいらっしゃる。本当は分かっておられるのではないですか？
You were a character in the last game. You saw the Where Are They Now epilogue. You know how fucked you are.
次の王はルーシェン殿下であること。自分がいる限り兄上は負けない。そう、それは正しい。あなたがいるからこそ五分と五分の状況を保てている。しかし、あなたがルーシェン殿下につけば、この均衡は崩れる。
So you can just stand on that balance beam for the rest of your life, or you can get off on the side with ground under it. The Grand Commander reaches for the Black Bishop, as if to shift it from one side to the other.
ふざけるな！
Parker brings his fist down on the table.
私が兄上を裏切るというのか？そんなことはありえん！絶対だ！
さすが兄思いでいらっしゃる。しかし、ルーシェン殿下に新たな支持者が加わると知ってもなお、お気持ちに変わりはありませんか？
もうほとんどの貴族は意思表明している。勝敗を左右するほどの家はもう。
Wow, you really just have no sense of pattern recognition whatsoever, do you? The Grand Commander places a white knight next to the king. Prince Parker gasps. He knows what this gesture signifies.
まさか、キャソロック家が動くというのか。
So is this like a vote tally system? How does this affect things? The Grand Commander smiles, neither confirming nor denying the question. The House Castle Rock is a marquisate. They maintain a certain distance from politics. They are primarily concerned with overseeing the various chivalric orders. If House Castle Rock claims its support for Prince Lucian, his victory is assured. Well, if that actually happens, of course. The Grand Commander isn't concerned with succeeding his father. He also wouldn't carelessly speak of his family's decisions. As such, I know he doesn't speak the truth. But Parker doesn't know this. He would hear his statement as the words of the heir to House Castle Rock. That's why the Grand Commander brought out the chessboard. He would leave no evidence with his words, instead conveying his will with the pieces. You're so cool, sir. Wow, sugoi.
このままではまずい。急ぎ兄上に報告しなくては。
What would that accomplish at this stage, I ask of you? Ah, gasp.
お待ちください、パーカー殿。何も焦る必要はありません。あなたにはまたとない好機が訪れているのだ。好機？危機の間違いだろう。ルーシェンが王になったらおしまいだ。時計、東国、いや、首を吊らされる。
I mean, it's definitely gonna be one of those three things.
そうでしょう。ルーシェン殿下はあなたに感謝すると思います。はあ？何がどうなったらそんなことになる？この五分と五分の状況であなたはテンプル家がつけるルーシェン殿下の価値。
You finally considered that possibility. Now, I see why you just decided up front not to participate in the King's game.
勝利をもたらしてくれた方を処刑するわけないでしょう。場合によってはコンラッド殿下以上に厚遇してくれるかもしれません。ただこれは今の五分と五分の状況が続いている間だけの話ですがね。もしキャソロック家の方が先にルーシェンへの支持を表明したら、そうなれば4日言葉が過ぎました。
But not inaccurately.
クライオス・キャソロック、その方には仲立ちを頼もう。奴が私に神戸を垂れて頼んでくるなら話を聞いてやってもいい。お断りします。はあ、さっきと言ってることが違う。僭越ながらそういった態度ではルーシェン殿下も兄君を頼ることはできないと思います。
No, we're just going to ruin this man for fun, aren't we? That's cool. I approve.
そうか。まあ少しは優しい言葉をかけてやらなくも。まずは謝罪しましょう。これまでの行いを詫びてください。過ちを認めてもあなたの名誉に傷はつきません。むしろ人間として大きく成長することができます。
Sorry, what was that? Bryce, I can't hear you over the background music. Okay, it's gone. Continue.
わかった。
And Commander Kreis thus acts as an intermediary between the two princes and extracts a promise from Prince Parker to look into House Temple's recent activities. Honestly, I feel like that did not take as long as it needed, as it should. That did not need to take as long as it should have. That's what I meant to say. I'm a professional.
テンプル家の方で何か起きているのは知っているが、詳しい事情は聞いていない。少し時間をくれ。ありがとうございます。それから、もう資格を送るのはやめていただきたいですね。無駄なので。その通りだろうな。
Clearly. Yeah, I noticed. Maybe someone should give you a hydrate redeem. It was an incredible effort. I was amazed from start to finish. You even incorporated chess metaphors. That's a sign of great intellect, don't you know? Not only did we achieve our goal, but you also convinced Prince Parker of all people to apologize. I thought such a thing impossible.
心からの謝罪が聞けるかどうかはわからないけどな。
Did you say hydrate? No, no, no!
Water and water and water, water, water and water
Thank you for
and
the
water,
hydrate
water,
regimes,
water and
nice.
water and water, water, water and water and water, water.
By the way, where'd you go?
ルーシェン殿下のところにな。パーカー殿下の謝罪を受け入れる意思があるか確認しておきたかった。
I see. What did he have to say?
謝罪はどうでもいいが、こちらの陣営についてくれるなら歓迎するとのことだ。
It's politics. Wow. How generous of him.
お前もよく立ち回っていたよ。女神の生まれ変わりだと明言せず、うまく圧力をかけていた。やり口がティレルによく似ている。
Is that a compliment?
半分は嫉妬だな。だから俺も似たような方法を取った。
You were far more impressive than I was. No, you were. No, you were. You were so much more impressive. No, you were the most impressive human being I've ever seen in my life. Our residence is close, right? I need to go the other way, so we'll part here. Are we going to get jumped by another assassin? That would probably be really funny. You shouldn't. Prince Parker won't be speaking to House Temple until tomorrow. We can't let our guards down tonight. Well.
慣れない場所に行って疲れただろう。明日は休みを取っていい。
Man, we get so many vacation days at this job. I'll be fine. I didn't do much of note today anyway.
そんなことないさ。この結果はお前の情報のおかげだよ。ありがとう。
We will. We didn't actually get the option to not get that point. I'm glad I was able to be of use.
頑張った褒美。何がいい?
A reward? I don't need that. I just did what was expected of me.
いいじゃないか。お前を甘やかすチャンスを奪わないでくれ。
Bob, then can I ask for one favor?
何でも言ってくれ。
I don't want you to go home. I want you to stay the night.
すまん。舞踏会で酒を飲みすぎたようだ。自分に都合のいいセリフが聞こえてくる。
What? That's all the more reason for you to stay. I'll even prepare a bath for you. Stinky. I'll sleep on the sofa. You can rest easy. I won't lay a single finger on you, and I won't do anything insolent like speak on you in the bath.
あ、いや、いろいろと逆なんだが。隣、マヤ殿がいるんだよな。
She does, but I think she's already asleep.
お前は、俺を殺す気なのか？俺の死を望んでいるのか？
Well, that would be absolutely hilarious. But no, I'd never. What? I'm scared. I don't want to imagine what might happen if you were attacked after you left. At least stay here until morning, please.
わかった。ただし、お前がソファーというのはなしだ。
I mean, I don't know. It does look like a very comfy sofa. What? Space. The final frontier. Will you button up that shirt, you skank? Grand Commander, this is a little...
悪いな。付き合ってるのに寝床を分けるなんて、俺の価値観ではありえないんだ。お前がどうしても嫌だと言うなら。
No, I'm just a bit flustered. My heart is drumming in my ears. But it's really impressive because it's only got one arm. I'm so nervous that I feel like I've forgotten how to breathe. I might be too nervous to sleep tonight.
俺も寝る気はないよ。
That is a single entendre, a rare and powerful incident. You should sleep, sir. You're bound to be far more exhausted than me after everything that happened today.
お前に言っていないことがある。実は俺、朝に弱いんだ。起きてすぐは頭がぼーっとして使い物にならない。
Really? That's a surprise, but what does that have to do with not sleeping? If you're worried about being late, I can wake you up.
そうか。なら、俺に襲われてもちゃんと抵抗できるな。
What?
理性が働かない状態だ。無理やり服を剥ぎ取って、直接肌に触
You
れ
know,
て
they're framing this like it's romantic, but I'm not entirely convinced it is. Gasp.
起きてきたマヤ殿に殺される。
Double gasp. Oh no, she just saw a solid snake hiding out the window.
何がおかしい？
Sorry, I'm so nervous that everything seems funny to me. We had that joint training with the Royal Guard some time ago, remember? When Maya showed up, the Knights all thought you and she were together.
いや、まあ、マヤ殿はとても魅力的な女性だとは思う。
Okay, okay, game, you saved it. Good going. Very proud of you. I think so too. She's beautiful, kind. She's more incredible than anyone.
それで、その話を聞いてお前はどう思ったんだ？
Nothing really.
そこは嫉妬したっていうところじゃないのか？
I wasn't jealous. I was just glad. Glad that I had you and Maya here with me. The Grand Commander smiles vaguely. I've probably said something that has him struggling for a response. You may think it obvious that he and Maya are there for me. I'm so ineloquent that I haven't managed to get across even a fraction of what I want to say. My name's Cryas Castlerock, and I'll be handling your education here. I'm excited to get to know you better, Little Red. When we first met, the Grand Commander kept his distance from me with nicknames like Little Red. I think he was determined to send me back to House Linzel at the first opportunity. I also didn't quite know how to handle him. His bright smile threw my own servility into stark relief, and he constantly treated me like a child. He was 18 at the time, and I was 10. His conduct was entirely correct, but I also would have been 18 had I not used the Fatal Rewind. We were the same age, so I was unsure how to act. I'd be killed if my abilities were discovered. I tried to act my physical age, but it was so difficult. I'd never had a proper childhood. How could I be expected to act my age? I was a strange, tedious child, but Maya and the Grand Commander accepted me for who I am. They protected me and raised me with an incredible warmth. I don't have the words to describe how they've saved me. They gave me peace. They allowed me to believe I could live in the present. Their presence let me be a normal child of 10 years old and properly experience my childhood. You said before that you may not have felt romantic love, but that there was affection there. You're right. I didn't know the love of my parents, but I can imagine it must have been something like this. And I can only do that because of you both. Your and Maya's love has helped me come this far. It's given me life.
寝ないと言ったのに、いい夢が見られそうな話を聞いてしまったな。
Aww. We almost got assassinated. You're fine to sleep. You'd never do anything awful to me.
そう思うなら、うちにも泊まりに来い。ただその時は、裏切られたなんて言わないでくれよ。傷つくから。
I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to see you upset anymore.
全言撤回する。俺は、お前になら傷つけられてもいいよ。
I felt a terrible disturbance, like 1,000 fangirls all screaming in unison, then suddenly opening AO3. In my dreams, I'm still repeating the fatal rewind. I kill someone and then someone kills me. These sinful nightmares repeat, over and over again. But tonight, I get to live in the moment, here in the Grand Commander's arms. You tell me you don't mind being hurt by me. If that's true, you let me lock you away in this room. Feminism win this time. The woman is the one kidnapping the man in the Otome game. I won't let anyone take him from me again. I'll protect him for as long as I need to. Hey Zen, I thought you died.
うるせえ、黙って歩け。ああ、早く飲みて。こっから国に戻るまでの酒代、全部お前持ちだからな。覚悟しとけ。
I want to know what these two have been up to all game. I mean, I know they've got their own roots that are probably going to cover the same thing, but like... These two are a great buddy cop duo. Like, basically every possible constellation of two of the heroes in this game would make a good buddy cop duo. That's half the fun, honestly.
ティレル様、ヒストリカより報告が入りました。こちらをどうぞ。
ああ、酒代はいいが、面倒は見ねえからな。
何言ってやがる。こんな辺境まで迎えに来てやったんだから、ちょっとは。
What does this say here? Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Oh, son of a bitch.
どうした？
クライオスキャスロック。不調により騎士の職を辞する。
How dramatic. Okay, I knew it was coming eventually. Whoop. We will be leaving this here for the night, because we are not going to be getting another pause. Another decent stopping point for a decently long while. That's how chapters work. I do not know what is happening next week. Hope we'll have whatever their capture card issues were settled, so we can do the next episode of our Root Film collab on Monday. But they haven't been updating me with their progress or anything, so I have no idea if that's going to be happening or not. I am still dedicating a majority of my free time to making it through the entries to be judged for the new locked room library. So don't expect too much of me. But we'll at least get another episode of this out of our systems. Until next time, I will see you all later. You want to be sure to take care of yourselves. I don't want to have to be autopsying any of you later. If y'all don't mind, there's a frozen pizza in the refrigerator with my name on it. Good night, everybody.